Welcome to Namaste React. This is the second episode of this series, which is igniting the app. Take down your notebook and pen, and we are going to go ahead in this journey of amazing, beautiful React. And you will see that a lot of things we will study in this episode is very essential, very crucial to build large-scale React applications. Got it? So let's just begin. So before I begin to teach anything, let us just push this code to GitHub, isn't it? Let's just push this code to GitHub. It will be very easy for us. So for that, I am just creating a new repository right now. Okay, so let's go to github.com, create a new repository. I am just creating a new repository and let me name it as Namaste React. Okay, so Namaste React. So if you don't know how to create a repository on GitHub, Google it, right? So I am just creating it one over here. So I have created this new repository, Namaste React, and I am making this as a public repository. Okay, let me push all the code so that you can also see that code. Okay, so let me push that up. I have created a Namaste React repository. I don't want a README file, let it be, right? I am just creating a basic public repository. Cool. So a repository will be created. Now I have got this repository. But we already had a repository in our local, right? So let us just configure, right? Let us just configure that remote to our local project, okay? How do I do that? First of all, let me go over here, right? And let me first of all initialize Git. This is not a Git repository right now, okay? This is not a Git repository right now. I will have to do a Git init to make this repository as a Git repository, isn't it? So let me just do git init. So I have done git init. So this has now become a Git repository, isn't it? Now I will, first of all, my main branch is master, right? Let me just create the main branch as main. Okay. So I'll do a git branch, I think -m, right? Yes, -m. So this basically creates main as the main branch. Right now the main branch is named as master, right? On GitHub, the default branch is main, right? So this is how you change the default branch to main. Okay, so I have created this main branch. Now let me push all this code to GitHub, right? And let us also create a README file, right? It's good to create a README file. Let's create a README file by ourselves, readme.md. So this is a markup file. So let's write something inside it, Namaste React or something, right? Namaste React inside it. And I have created this README file with us, right? And now let us just push all this code to GitHub. How do I do that? Do you remember? Right? So first of all, I will do a git add dot, right? This will add all these files, right? And then now what I will do is I will just do a git commit, right? So commit with a -m and a message, right? -m and a message. So what is the message? Let's give it as episode 1, right? This is all code of episode 1. So I should have ideally done this in the last episode itself, but it's okay. Okay, so let's just push this code. It's a good habit to push all the code to GitHub, right? So Git or GitHub, right? I'm using GitHub, but yes, but you know that Git is different than GitHub, don't you? Go ahead and read it out if you don't know this. Oh my God. So, okay, so Git and GitHub is different. You know, when I teach, right, I have seen there is so much gap in understanding of software engineers. They don't understand. They think that GitHub is same as Git. No, Git is different. GitHub is a client, right? GitHub is a place which can host Git repositories, right? Most people think that GitHub and Git is same, right? No. So, this is Namaste React, not Namaste Git. I would have otherwise explained you everything in detail, but anyways, it's fine, right? I think I should create a Namaste Git also. Anyways, some other day. For now, okay, I'll do git commit -m episode 1, okay? So all the code of episode 1 in the same commit. Okay, I have pushed this code in it, right? Now I have pushed this code. Now my this local, right? Local Git does not know what is remote, right? So first of all, I'll have to configure. So if you go to GitHub, right, it will give you this command itself, right? Git remote add origin. Let's do this. It's easy, right? And if you don't know any step, when you create a new repository, right, GitHub already gives you all these steps. Okay, so you can just copy paste if you wish to, but I don't believe in copy paste. I want to tell you every small thing, right? So if I'm doing git branch -m, that means I'm creating a default branch as main instead of master. Git add dot, it is just adding all our files which needs to go inside the commit. Okay, so and then I am creating a commit. Now I am adding remote, right? So this step I have to do once, just once, right, to set up our local to the remote git repository. Okay, so that's what I am doing right now. So now I have added origin. Now when I have added origin, I can push all my code to remote. Okay, so how will I push? Git push origin main. Okay, so this basically git push, I am pushing the code onto origin. Origin means the remote origin, and main branch on the origin, on the remote, right? So if I do this, it will just push all the code to our repository. Let us just see if it works. Yeah, so 100% done. Cool. So you people, if you are doing this, right, you people might face some issues while doing a SSH, or it will ask you for username, passwords or something. So please configure your GitHub, Google it. It will be very easy, right? Follow these steps. Okay, it will have to do some, you might have to put in some SSH public private key. I have already done that for myself, so that is why it's a very smooth process. But if you are doing this for the first time, you might get that error, right? Otherwise you will write emails to me, Akshay, I can't do this on Git and all that stuff, right? So it's not my problem, it's your problem, right? Set up your Git first of all in your system if you are doing this for the first time. Okay, just giving you a disclaimer, because most of the times the errors you will get, I already know answers to it. I have taught React already to a lot of students, so I almost know that you will be stuck in this problem, right? That is why I'm telling you, okay, just go to Google and find out that how do you configure Git. There's a public key, there's a private key that you have to set up to do a SSH, right? So just do that, right? Okay, so set up your GitHub SSH. If you are facing problem in this step, set up GitHub SSH properly. Otherwise, and once you have reached over here, right, that means your Git is configured properly. Got it? And keep pushing your code to Git. Okay, keep pushing all your code to Git. Keep pushing your nodes to Git. Right? You can create a notes folder over here and keep creating notes by episode also. That is the best way to do. Got it? It will be helpful when you will revise yourself, right? So do that as your wish, right? How you want to put it up. But I am telling you that a lot of people will be stuck at this place. So search for how to set up SSH inside GitHub in your system. Got it? So this is what you have to do. Now I have pushed this code. Let me refresh it and see if the code came over here. Cool. So I have got my code over here in the main branch. I have got this commit. So if you'll click on this commit ID, so it will show you this commit, right? So I have pushed all the code to GitHub, right? This is the URL, okay? Note it down for yourself. If you wish to, pause the video, note it down. Got it? So we have pushed the code over here. Let me close this up now. The code is on origin now. I have created a Git repository. Let us start igniting our app now. Okay, let us start igniting our app. This is episode 2. We will be igniting our app. First of all, let me tell you what I have put this cool name, right? Igniting our app. But what does it actually mean? Can you guess what does it mean? Igniting our app, right? Guess it once. Let me tell you, okay, I don't know what you are guessing right now, but let me tell you, see, the code that we have written till now is our HTML file, a JS file, a CSS, a README, that's all right. But is this code ready to push to production? Is this code ready to push to production? I want to ask you one question. No, right? This code is not ready to push to production. What is the issue in this code? What is the issue in this code? Tell me. Come on. Tell me what is the issue in this code. So basically, what needs to be done is this code needs to, this code is not a really optimized code, isn't it? It has a lot of random comments coming in over here. We don't want to put in those comments into our production code, isn't it? We don't have to put in these comments into our production code, isn't it? We don't want to put in these console logs into our production code. We want to minify our code, isn't it? We want to bundle our code, right? Suppose if my project has thousands of files, I want to bundle those files up, isn't it? I want to compress those files up, isn't it? I want to minify those files up, isn't it? Suppose if my app has a lot of images, I want to optimize those images, isn't it? Isn't it? Right? So to make your app ready to go into production, you need to do a lot of processing in your local, or a lot of processing before you push the code to production. Right? So you need to basically do bundling, you need to basically do code splitting, you need to basically do chunking, you need to basically do image optimization, you need to basically remove the comments, you need to minify the code, you need to compress it, you need to do a lot of things, right? Before you can make your code go to production. And I, in Namaste React, don't want to just teach you that how you can write a basic, how you can make few elements or components inside React. No, I want to teach you from the scratch that how you can build your project which can scale, which can go to production. What is needed to make your app ready to go to production? That is why this episode is named as Igniting Your App. We are going to fire our app. We are going to put in energy into our app. We are going to light this app this time. Okay? This is what we are going to do in this episode. Got it, my dear friends? Let us just see. So, but let me tell you, okay, Akshay, you have hyped it so much. You have told us like so many things. And let me tell you, we are going to do all that, right? Whatever I have done, right? We need to cache before going to production, right? So we will do all that thing. We will do all that thing right now. I will show you how to set that thing up. You know what is the problem? A problem with a lot of tutorials out there outside, right? Is that most of those teachers or most of those tutorials start with npx create react app. Most of the online React tutorials, they will start by creating a create react app. They will create a React scaffold. And those React scaffold are already ignited, right? When you create a create react app, it is already ignited. It has all the superpowers. But I want all my students to, you understand that what it takes to build that create react app. What is actually inside it? What it takes to go to production. When you create a create react app, right? What happens is it creates a scaffold for you. It gives you a basic React app which is already production ready. But now in this Namaste React, I want to show you that how you can create your own create React app. How cool is this, isn't it? In this episode, I will show you that how you can create your own small create React app. How you can create your own React production ready app instead of using the already existing ones. Then you will appreciate the beauty of a lot of things. Got it? I want to dive deep. I don't want to do small stuff. No, I want to go dive deep and teach you every small thing from scratch. Got it? This is the mission. That is how you will fall in love with the process, and we'll see that how so much engineering goes behind the scenes when you build a production ready app. You should know exactly what is that engineering, right? You should appreciate that lot of things are working behind the scenes to make this large scale application. Got it? So talk is cheap. Let us just dive deep into the code and see. Let us build stuff, right? Oh my God, when I start talking, then I just start talking. Sorry for it. Okay, sorry if I bored you. Anyways, okay, let's just go back. Now, first things first, suppose if you have to build a fast production ready app, can React itself do it? I want to ask you one thing. Our project is configured to use React. Can React itself do it? No, right? A lot of developers don't understand that. They say that, okay, React is making our app fast. No. There are a lot of other packages that are required to make our production ready app. lot of other libraries, lot of other code, JavaScript that somebody else has written makes our code fast and scalable and production ready, not just React. A lot of people say that, okay, React is making our app fast. No, React is making your app fast, yes, but to an extent. There are a lot of other things that we need to make our app fast. Got it? A lot of other packages that we need to make our app fast. We will now see how we can get those packages into our app. Got it? So, first of all, first things first, let me introduce you to one special thing which is known as NPM. Okay? A lot of you people already might know, if you are from a front-end background, that what is NPM, right? So NPM, basically, what is NPM? Okay. A lot of people would say, what is the full form of NPM? If you said it is Node Package Manager, you are wrong. You are absolutely wrong. NPM is not Node Package Manager. Let me tell you what it is, okay? Let's Google, okay? Let's Google. Let's go to the official website of NPM. I'll show you an interesting, crazy stuff, okay? Let's take 2 minutes to see, right? So npmjs.com, this is the official website of NPM. NPM is everything but not Node Package Manager. Go to NPM's website, official website. There is no place where it has written that NPM is Node Package Manager. NPM does not stand for Node Package Manager. A lot of people don't know this small fact about it. And it is to that level that, in this NPM website, they have done a fun stuff, okay? They have written, what is NPM? 9 pedestrian mesmerized. If you click on this, numerous pulls merged. Narcissist preening monarch. If you click on it, right? Nepotelian pizza maker. So NPM developers, so many people say this, it is Node Package Manager, that they said that, okay, it is everything but not Node Package Manager. Right? This is cool stuff, right? If you click on it, see, it is Pac-Man. NPM stands for Pac-Man. NPM stands for never ending prototype mode. Right? NPM stands for novelty polygonal mathematics. So random things. So basically, this is just a way for NPM to tell that it is not Node Package Manager, but anything else. NPM does not have a full form. Okay? NPM does not have a full form. But if it is not a Node Package Manager, then what it is? So basically, NPM manages packages, right? NPM manages packages, but it does not stand for Node Package Manager. Just a cool stuff I wanted to tell you. Otherwise, right, it is of no use. Nobody is going to ask you in interviews that whether NPM is your Node Package Manager, stands for Node Package Manager or not. No. So NPM behind the scenes, works as a Node Package Manager. It manages the packages, but it does not stand for Node Package Manager. Okay. Oh my God. Now a lot of you would have been confused. Akshay, what are you talking since 5 minutes? Let me recap. So NPM does not stand. It's not an abbreviation for Node Package Manager. Okay. Nowhere in the website you will find it. And for the fun fact, they just call it random stuff over here. If you click on it, just do this, right? Nobody packages more. If you click on it, right, it also has a GitHub repository, okay, where you can give your own name to NPM also. You can do, this is an expansion.txt file. So see, people have submitted their random names for NPM. Cool, isn't it? Right? It is like native Papon mask, native penguin milk. This one is quite crazy. Natural potato magnet. So people have submitted like crazy names for NPM. So no need to know that information, but I am telling you, it's a package manager, right? It's a package manager. What actually, now let's get serious, okay? This was a fun stuff I wanted to tell you, but let's get serious. What is NPM? So NPM basically is a repository, is a standard repository for all the packages, right? It's one of the biggest, right? It's biggest package managers. Any package you need to include in your project, you can use NPM, right? All the packages are hosted over there. What kind of packages? We will soon see it. all the libraries that you would need, all the utilities that you will need comes from npm. Okay, and npm basically manages that up for you in your project, right? When you create a create react app, or when you create a basic react project, right? When you create a create react app, basically a scaffold, it automatically has npm inside it. So you don't have to configure it. But I wanted to show you that how you can make your project use npm. Okay, this is the beautiful thing. I want to dive deep and do from scratch. Okay, let us just add node package manager to our project. Okay, let's just make our project use node package manager. So how do I do that? Let's just do it. Let's just use npm. So I will do something known as npm init, right? So you can do, a lot of people will say that use npm init -y. So it will skip a lot of things, but no, I don't want to do npm init -y. I don't want to skip anything. Okay, I'll do npm init, right? I did npm init. Now it will ask you few questions, right? Just read this. It asks you for a package name. It says, shall we keep it as Namaste React? Yes, let's keep this as Namaste React. So this is basically asking you few things before it can configure a node package manager for you. Okay. Oh my God, I called it as node package manager. Let it be. Okay. I'm still processing that it's not node package manager. Okay, but it is npm, right? Okay, so let's configure npm. The project package name is npm, right? Namaste React, sorry. Version 1.0.0. Yes, let's keep this version. Description, let's give it a description, right? Let's give it, this is Namaste React by Akshay Seni. Got it? So we can have our description over here, right? So this is the description. This asks you for an entry point, right? Our entry point is not app.js exactly, right? It's index.html, but let's keep it like whatever is there by default. Okay, test command. Okay, it will ask you for a test command. So right now, just write jest over here. We will be using jest for testing. Okay, if you don't understand this, just write jest blindly. In the further episodes, when we will talk about test cases, we will see what is jest. Right now, just write jest over here, right? In the further episodes, when we will talk about test cases, this will be very helpful. For now, just write jest over here, right? And it also shows that, okay, this is the GitHub remote origin, right? This is the GitHub repository. Okay, so yes, this is the GitHub repository. You can give some keywords if you wish to. Let it be like, let's give React or maybe Namaste React or something. I don't know, right? Give any keywords if you wish to, or give it like Akshay Seni. What's that, right? Some keywords, some author name, right? I can write author name over here. Now I can write license, ISC is fine, right? Just go with the default. Now it is asking you, is it okay? Yes, it's okay. And once you do that, my dear friends, do you see a difference? We have got a new file over here. We have got a new file with us, package.json. What is this package.json? Right? What is this package.json file? This package.json file is basically a configuration for our npm. This is basically all that configuration of our npm. Whatever we gave over here, right? Whatever data we gave, the name of the package, the version, description, it has created a JSON file for us, right? In the JSON structure, we have got this, right? Oh my God, it has created keywords like this. Okay, let's get rid of these keywords. Oh my God, I did not intend to put in keywords like this. Okay, so this is basically a package.json is a configuration for npm. Listen to me very carefully. Take it down as your note in your notebook. Package.json is a configuration for npm. Why do we need this package.json file? Package.json will see what is npm. It's a package manager, right? It will manage all the packages that we will install, right, in our system. And sometimes these packages are also known as dependencies. lot of people don't know about the difference between what is a package, a dependency and whatnot. It's one and the same thing. You know, our project is dependent on a lot of packages. Those packages which the project is dependent on, right, are the dependencies. And NPM manages that, right? NPM will take care of what is the version of that package, right? Suppose if I am using some other library or some other package, what is the version of that package? NPM will take care of it. And where it will take care? It will take care of it in this package.json. Okay? So, it is very helpful. As in when we go ahead, you will understand the more beauty of it, right? How beautiful NPM is. For now, just understand that this package.json is a configuration for NPM. Got it? So we have configured our project to now with NPM. Now we can get packages into our projects, our dependency into our projects. Got it? So now we have got this NPM. Now let us just start installing our dependencies. Okay. Now you would ask me, Akshay, what dependencies are we going to install? I'll tell you, the most important package in our project. The most important package in our project is what? Let me tell you. It is a bundler. Okay. What is a bundler? See, when you have these normal HTML, CSS, JS file, our whole code needs to be bundled together, right? Our whole code needs to be minified. Our whole code needs to be cached. Our whole code needs to be compressed. Our whole code needs to be cleaned before it can be sent to production, right? So a bundler helps you do all that thing. What is a bundler? You must have heard of a name, something known as Webpack. Have you heard of it? Webpack? Have you heard of Parcel? Have you heard of Wheat? So when I say Webpack, Parcel, Wheat, these three things, and there are more bundlers out there, these are bundlers. What is the job of a bundler? Bundler basically bundles your app. It packages your app properly so that it can be shipped to production. Lot of people don't know this. Lot of developers who are writing code don't know that how we build our app to be able to push it to production. Lot of people don't know this. When we create a Create React app, right? That Create React app behind the scenes uses Webpack. Webpack bundler. Okay? A lot of people don't know about it, right? Let me tell you, Create React app, right? Create React app. If you'll go to Create React app, right? This Create React app uses Webpack behind the scenes. It uses Webpack and Babel behind the scenes to build things up, right? So, in our project, now you would ask me, in our project, we are going to use Parcel. So, you know, Webpack, Parcel, Wheat, right? Wheat is again another bundler, which is again a new bundler, which is catching up in the market very fast, right? So, we will be using Parcel. Now you can ask me, Akshay, why Parcel? Why not Webpack or Wheat? It's my choice, right? It's my choice. At the end of the day, all bundlers are same, right? Almost they do the same thing. They just do it differently. Suppose if there needs to be bundling done, right? The algorithm to bundle it can be different in Webpack, can be different in Parcel, can be different in Wheat. But at the end of the day, they do the same thing. I am going to use Parcel. Right? Parcel is easy to configure and I want to show it to you how to basically configure and ignite our app with this bundler. Okay? So we will be using Parcel. And my dear friends, you would love Parcel when you will see what it is doing to our app. Parcel is one of the best libraries out there which we will use in this app. In our app, right? Parcel will ignite our app. Parcel will give, to right now, suppose if this app is a skeleton, right? A skeleton with bones, Parcel will give it muscles to it, right? Parcels will give it strength to our app, right? Okay, so this important parcel is in our app. Okay, let us just try to get parcel into our app. How do I get it? So parcel basically comes as a node package, right? So we will install that package. Now that we have npm, we can install parcel to our app easily. Okay, so how do we do that? For that, basically when you will install any dependency in your app, you would have the same command. Okay, any dependency, any package, it's one and the same thing. Okay, so how would I do that? I will write command npm install, and I will write npm install and then the dependency name. The dependency or a package name is parcel, P-A-R-C-E-L, right? This is the dependency name, npm install parcel. But we will also give it a parameter, a flag, which is -d. Now you can ask me, what is npm install -d? Why am I? It makes sense, right? npm install. So npm is the command, and then install means we are installing. This is the package name. What is this -d? Now let me tell you an important difference. There are two types of dependencies which our app can have. One dependencies are, take it down as a note, okay? You know, when I am recording, right, there is so much knowledge which comes impromptu. Okay, so keep taking down notes in this series. Okay, so there are two types of packages, two types of dependencies that we can install. One is the dev dependencies and one are the normal dependencies. Okay, one is the dev dependency, one is the normal dependency. What is dev dependency? So when we say a dev dependency, it means it is generally required for in a development, right? In a development phase. When we are developing our app, then we require that dev dependencies. And our normal dependencies are used in production also, right? Used in production also, right? So that is what is the difference between dev dependencies and a normal dependency. Read more about it online, but this is the basic difference about it. Now, this parcel, right? This parcel is a bundler, chunking, minification is done where? It's not done on production, right? We will do this in our development phase. So we will install parcel as a dev dependency. And this is how you tell npm, right? What is npm? npm is a package manager, isn't it? So you tell that package manager that I want parcel into my app, but I want it as a dev dependency, it's not a normal dependency that is like on production, right? So we need it as a dev dependency. This is why we give this -d. See, I want to go slow and I want to dive deep, right? So I want to tell you meaning of every command that I write. I am telling you. You know, most of the people will just quickly write npm install -d parcel and it will just blow up parcel. No, I want to tell you meaning of every small thing that I teach. Okay, that is why you will fall in love. You would love the beauty of how beautiful npm is. A lot of you must be using npm already, but would have never known that what are these small things happening inside this code, right? Why are we writing a command like how we are writing? I want to tell you everything. Now let us just install parcel and hit enter. Now the parcel is getting installed. Our app is basically now installing parcel from where? From that node package manager which is on the remote, right? That npm, right? This npm, this repository which contains all the packages, right? This npm, we are just installing, we are fetching parcel from there. Got it? So this is what it is doing. It will take some time. Meanwhile, let me tell you that parcel is a beast. Yes, parcel is a beast. When I say parcel is a beast, it will do a lot of things to our app. It will give our app just like I said, right? Our app right now was just a skeleton with just bones in it, right? Parcel will give it muscles. Parcel will give it strength. Parcel is such a beast. You would be amazed when I will tell you the beauty of parcel. Okay, so this is what parcel is. We have installed parcel. Now, if you will see, right, in our package.json, we got this. See, we got this parcel as a dev dependency, isn't it? This is the place where you will see all the dev dependencies, right? We have got parcel, and as I told you, this package.json is a configuration for npm. It basically keeps a track of all the dependencies, all the packages our code is using, right? And parcel, and it says that, okay, parcels 2.8.3 version is installed. Okay, so this is the latest version of parcel which is installed. Now you can ask me, Akshay, what is this sign over here? I understood that it is 2.8.3. What is this sign over here? What is this sign? What does this mean? Right? And this is basically known as caret. Okay, this is basically known as caret. Now this has nothing to do with React, but let me talk about it. Okay, let me tell you when I have seen this, right? A lot of people won't know what is this, right? This is a caret. You can also put in tilde over here, right? What is tilde and caret, right? I'll tell you. Let's put caret only, right? Go ahead, yeah. See, I want you to be curious about every small damn thing, right? Caret and tilde in package.json, okay? So read about it, right? I might not be able to tell you every nitty-gritty things, but I will cover everything that comes on my way. But if you get such doubts, Google it. All the answers are available on Google, right? So read about it. So basically, what it does right? It will help you manage I'll tell you basically in simpler terms what it is doing, right? Right now, what is the version of parcel which is there in our project? You would say it is the latest 2.8.3. Now, what will happen? Suppose tomorrow, right? Today it is 2.8.3. Tomorrow, a new version of parcel comes in. Suppose a new version of parcel released. Suppose a new version 2.8.4 is released. What will happen if you have put this caret, into your app? Parcel will automatically be upgraded to 2.8.4. Listen to me very carefully. I am repeating it once again. Okay. Suppose if tomorrow a new minor version. Okay. So this is basically, suppose if there is a 3.0.0, that's a major upgrade. When it is like 2.8.4, it's a minor upgrade, right? So when there is a minor upgrade, and if you have put this caret, parcel will automatically update its version. Okay, parcel will update its version automatically if you have put in caret. Got it? That is why we use caret. If you have put tilde, right? So it will install the major version of automatically. Suppose if tomorrow 3.0.0 is released, if you have put in tilde, it will just install the major version automatically. Always it is safe to put in caret. Why? Because it's okay to upgrade the minor versions, but don't upgrade the major version. Because sometimes what happens is when you have a major upgrade, a lot of things will break into your app. Okay, so please keep caret over there, right? But you should definitely know the difference between the two. Very important interview question. It can come to your interviews. Just see, right? So read more about it, right? You would just love it, right? What it is doing to your app. So this is what is, oh my God, we have learned a lot of things. Today we learned about what is NPM, what is NPM init, right? We have package.json with us. We have dev dependencies with us. We installed parcel into it. We learned about this caret and tilde, right? Lot of knowledge today. Keep taking down notes, my dear friends. Keep taking down notes. Now, let me tell you one more important things. When we install this parcel, right? Dev dependencies were added over here. But what else happened? We have got another file over here. What is this file? This is package log.json. What is this package log.json? We have a package.json already. What is this package lock.json? Why is it even there? Are these files the same? Do we need both of these files? So many questions come to your head, right? If you are curious, these questions will come to your head. And these are very genuine questions. Very important interview questions. And you know, when I was working, right, I used to take a lot of interviews for Uber, Paytm. And if I ask these questions to developers, right, most developers are not able to answer all this. What is this package lock.json? What is the difference between package.json and package lock.json? Very important stuff. Very, very important. Let me talk about what is package lock.json. So, till now, you have understood that, okay, package.json is let's talk about package.json. What is it? It's a configuration for NPM. It keeps a track of what version of that package is installed into our system. Got it? But okay, if there is a caret, that means install any version. If there is a minor upgrade, install that also, right? If there is 2.8.4, install that also. Package lock.json keeps a track of exact version that is being installed. Suppose if today there is a 2.8.5 released, my package.json will stay like this, okay? My package.json can have 2.8.3 and a caret on it. But package lock.json kind of locks the version and keeps a record of it. Okay? Package lock.json keeps a record of every exact version of that package, of that dependency which is installed. Okay? And what is this? Then what is this lengthy thing? What is this lengthy thing? Right? I'll tell you everything. Okay? So but first of all, let me just find parcel over here. See, right? Parcel. So it will show you the exact version of parcel that is being installed. See this, parcel version 2.8.3. So package lock.json keeps a track of the exact 2.8.3 version, and package.json can have a caret or tilde. So why this package lock.json is useful, right? So package.json is basically keeps a approx version of it, right? And package lock.json has a exact 8.2.8.3 version which is there. What are other things? You should be curious about everything. What are other things inside this parcel, right? What is this integrity? So why is this integrity? This integrity is basically a hash, a SHA-512 hash. Why is this hash present over there? Why is this hash present over there? This hash is present. You should know the answers to all small things. Okay, I'm telling you whatever is coming to my mind. This hash is because, have you heard of that thing that it is working on my local? I don't know how it break on production. Have you heard of that? Right? It has happened a lot of times, right? That a lot of developers would say, it's working on my local, but it's not working on production. What kind of sorcery is this? So basically, to avoid that, package lock.json keeps a hash to verify that whatever is there in my machine, right? Whatever is there right now in my dev machine is the same version which is being deployed onto the production. It's a very, very, very important file, package lock.json. It keeps a track of all the versions, right? All the versions, exact versions of all the dependencies. Got it? So this is what the role of package lock.json is, and it is different than package.json. A lot of people don't know the difference about them. You should know the difference about all of them, right? It's a very important question, right? You should know it, right? Okay, and I want to teach you every small damn thing. Now, when I installed npm install parcel, right? There is one more thing that was created, that was node modules. What is this folder node modules? Oh my God. What is this code? Oh shit. Oh my God, there are so many folders out there. What is these? What are these? What are these? Oh my God, I did not do this. What are this code? So much code has came in. I did not even write this. What is there in node modules? Let me tell you, my dear friends, this node modules contains all the code that we fetched from npm. When we did npm install parcel, what happened was it just went to the production. That it took some time, right? It took 1 minute to install kind of parcel. What it was doing, it was fetching all the code of parcel and putting it inside node modules. If you will go over here, if you will see, there will be parcel over here. Yes, this is the actual parcel code which npm has fetched. Node modules basically, so you know, this package.json is a, you understood, right? Package.json is a configuration for our npm. Node modules is kind of like a database. It contains the actual data of that dependencies, right? Of those packages that our project needs. That is why there is node modules, and it's huge, my dear friends. We have just installed one dependency and it has become so huge, isn't it? Right? It is so huge that there are so many jokes about node modules. Okay, so I'll show it to you. Like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but node modules, I'll show you a jokes, right? But it's a very great meme, node modules meme, right? So, right, see this? Yes, this one. Okay, so if you will open this, right? So there is a great meme, right? Heaviest objects in the universe, right? If you will see, heaviest object in the universe, this is sun, this is neutron star, black hole, and then there is node modules. In all the node projects, in all the web projects, right? Generally, node modules is very heavy. Very heavy. Node modules basically fetches all the code of all the dependencies into our system. Right? And we can now use that code. So that is why node modules is kind of like a database where all our packages exist. Okay? That is why so many jokes exist, right? So I just really like that meme. That is why I showed it to you. But now you would have one more question, okay? Ask a lot of questions to yourself. Every small damn questions. Okay, but I just installed parcel. Isn't there only parcel should have been here, right? What are all these things? What are these random things? I did not install this. Why did it come over here? It came over here, my dear friends, because our project needs parcel. Our project has a dependency parcel. Now parcel as a project has its own dependencies. Parcel as a project has its own dependencies. And those dependencies can have its own dependencies. Those dependencies can have their own dependencies. This is known as transitive dependencies. Note it down in your notebook. This is known as transitive dependencies. See, our project has a package.json which shows that, okay, parcel is our dependency. Now this parcel can itself be dependent on a lot of things. Parcel, as I said, is a beast. Parcel does a lot of things for your project. You would see that in just a moment. Parcel cannot do all these things on its own. Parcel needs help of a lot of other packages. That is why when we install parcel, parcel says that, okay, npm, please install other packages also. Parcel needs help of Babel also. You would see, we will talk about Babel a lot in our next episode. A lot in our next episode. Babel is amazing. Parcel is a beast. Babel is none less. Babel is also amazing. We will see this in the next episode. But for now, see, parcel uses Babel, right? Parcel uses all these libraries. So that is why parcel installs all other libraries also. We will also use browsers list. This is amazing package. I just love this browsers list, right? We will see this later in this episode. Okay. So parcel needs a lot of other dependencies, right? So that is why we have so many folders inside Node. So many packages. These are all different packages inside Node, NPM. Okay? These are different Node packages in NPM. Got it? And Parcel needs all of them. That is why they are over here. None of that is garbage if you think so. No, it's not garbage. It's all important stuff in over here. Parcel will need it when it will do a lot of crazy things for you. Got it? Now, okay, now I'll ask you a curious question. A lot of you won't know the answer to it. Okay? A lot of people don't know the answer to it, right? How is Parcel managing all that thing? How would we know? How would NPM know that Parcel has its own dependencies? What are the dependencies of Parcel? Okay. And I'll ask you one more question. In our whole project, how many package.json do we have? How many package log.json do we have? A lot of you would say, in our project, we just have one package JSON, one package log.json. No, my dear friend. No, my dear friend. Every dependency, every project that you will see will have its own package.json. If you'll go to Parcel, it has its own package.json, isn't it? It has its own package.json. And it has its own dependencies. See, it has its own dev dependencies. It has its own normal dependencies. Now you understood. Just like we installed Parcel as a dependency, Parcel is also dependent on other projects, other repositories, other packages. Okay? And it is maintaining its own configuration. It is maintaining its own package.json. This is known as transitive dependencies. A lot of people don't know this. Right? So our project has package.json, Parcel has package.json, and all these libraries will have its own package.json. Got it? So these are the dependencies for Parcel, and this is how other dependencies are also installed. If you'll see this chalk, right? This chalk will be here, right? Let's go. See, this chalk is dependent, right? And this package.json, it will have its own dependencies. See, it will have its own dependencies. So this dependency is like a dependency tree, right? Whole dependency tree. That is why our node modules bloats up. That is why our whole node modules is huge, right? Node modules is a collection of dependencies, right? It is kind of like a database for all our packages, all our files, all our code, all our dependencies. Actual code is there. Oh my God, so many new things I have taught you, right? We have seen what is package.json, we have seen what is package log.json, we have seen what is node modules. We have seen what is node module. It's huge. Yes, isn't it? Amazing stuff, right? Now, I'll also want to talk about one more important thing. Okay? Now, this node modules, if you see the size of these node modules, right? It's huge. I don't know how to see it. Just go in your folder, try to do right click and see the size of this node module. It will be huge as compared to the size of this code, right? We have just written few lines of code, right? There are just 2-3 files in our code. And we have such a bulky node modules. Should I put this node module to production? Should I put this node modules to Git? Should I push? This is an important question to ask yourself. Should I put all these node modules, this big whole code, to GitHub? The answer is absolutely no. The answer is absolutely no. So what we will do, I don't want to put all these project code, right? All this NC style and then chalk and then Parcel and then all that code, I don't want to put it on GitHub. Okay, so what I will do is, the best practice is to put this inside git ignore. Okay, so people who don't know, we can have a file git ignore which will ignore, right? Which will not put some things. If you want some files to not go into production, not go onto Git, right? So just put it inside git ignore. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just put my /node_modules inside my git, right? So see, if I don't put inside git, right? So if I'll go over here, right? If I'll go over here, it will show, oh my God, you have changed 3,575 files. 3,575 files were fetched from the network when we were installing Parcel, right? I don't want to put this 3,575 files on Git. No, it is just useless. I'll tell you why also, okay? Now you have become curious. You would be asking, Akshay, why? Let's put it up. It's very important, right? We need all that code. We need all that code to run. I'll answer all of it. Just a minute, right? But first of all, let's get rid of node modules, right? Node modules. I don't want to put my node modules onto my GitHub. Okay. So now our Git looks clean, right? Only 4 files changed, right? These 4 files are important. We should put all of them onto Git. Okay. Now, you know, I have like, oh my God, I have been speaking since a long time. I need some water. Just a minute. You also drink water, yeah? It's very important. Okay, so now we don't want to put this node modules onto Git. Why? Okay, I'll ask you one more question before I answer that question. Should I put my package.json onto Git? Should I put my package log.json onto Git? The answer is absolutely yes for package and package log. Why? You know, package.json and package log.json maintains a note of what all dependencies our project needs, right? Isn't it? Package.json is maintaining that our code needs Parcel. Package lock is maintaining the exact version of all these dependencies. Now you understood why this package lock is so huge. It is basically maintaining the lock. It is basically maintaining exact version of each dependency. See, there is some dependency post html.render. It is maintaining the exact version of it. It is maintaining the integrity, that hash, that exact hash, so that whatever is there in my local should be the same on production, right? That is why it is maintaining all of it. So it is very, very, very crucial. You know, a lot of people do mistake. They don't put package log.json on GitHub. It is important to put package and package log onto your GitHub repositories, right? But you don't have to put node modules. The answer lies over here itself. How? Because if I have my package and package log, I can regenerate my node modules. Okay? Let me tell you one thing, note it down in your notebook. If you have package.json and package log.json, you can recreate all your node modules. Even if I delete my node modules, right? So much code. Let's delete it, okay? Let me show it to you. Let's delete it. I'm just moving it to trash. I have deleted all the node modules. Parcel is not here now. Nothing is here. But because I have and GitHub will just have this code. Because I have my package.json and package log, exact version of all these dependencies, I can recreate my node modules. I just have to do npm install in my repository, hit enter. It will recreate all the node modules for you. It will take some time. See, it is installing all that plethora of repositories, all that plethora of code, and it recreates my node modules. That is why it is not required to push node modules onto GitHub. Understood the answer? I have seen developers, my friends. I have seen developers. They are senior developers. They are like 5, 6, 10 years old developers. They don't know these basics. Very important to know the basic stuff. Very important to know all these small things. What needs to go inside Git, what does not need to go inside Git. You know, this is Namaste React. I could have like just taught you React and go away. No, my dear friends. I just don't want you to be just a React engineer. I want you to be a super good senior React engineer, which knows in depth about every small damn thing that you are doing to your project. Isn't it? I have started everything right from zero. I want to take you from zero to hero. That is my mission. My mission is to make you fall in love with React and make you fall in love with whatever we are doing. I just love all these things. Now you can ask me, Akshay, how do you know all that thing? Just I am curious about these things. I have read a lot about all of these things. Why? You know, in my head, there is always a question. Why this? Why that? Why is it like this? How is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Why? When it is doing that? When you have a lot of questions in your mind, you go to Google, search for it, go to blogs, read about it, go to YouTube videos, watch videos. That is how I have acquired all this knowledge over years, and all this knowledge I want to give it to you through Namaste React. That is the mission of this Namaste React. I want to give you all this knowledge, right? I want to be very transparent. I want you all to succeed. If you will succeed, if you will be successful, that is when Namaste React will be successful, my dear friends. Okay, so let's move ahead. What we have to learn from it, we have to put in package.json, package log.json on Git. We don't have to put in node modules because we can read. So basically, I'll tell you the basic fundamentals. Whatever you can regenerate, don't put it on Git. Whatever you can regenerate, don't put it on Git. Git should only have essential things. If I can regenerate my node modules on the server, right? I don't want to put it up on GitHub or Git repository. Got it? This is the learning we should take. Okay. So what I have done is, let me recap it, right? We have done a lot of things right now. Let me recap it. First of all, we initialized our GitHub repository. We set up the remote, right? We set up the report repository. We created a repository on GitHub. We set that up, right? What else did we do? We installed NPM. We saw that, okay, NPM is not a node package. It does not stand for node package manager. It is actually a node package manager, right? It manages the packages, but you know, it is not node package manager is not a full form of NPM. Got it? It's not an abbreviation. Okay. I don't know why you need that information. But anyways, you know, all across the internet, people write node package manager as NPM, but it's not actually that. Just go and see the official repository. It's not the same, right? So we have seen that. We have seen how do our project can start using NPM. We did a NPM init, right? When we did NPM init, what happened? Package.json was created, isn't it? Package.json is what? Is a configuration file for NPM. Package.json maintains the versions of our dependencies, not the exact version. It can have a caret or tilde. It can also have an exact version if you wish to, right? You can just remove this. That means parcel 2.8.3 always. I don't want any upgrade in parcel. No upgrades. If I put caret, minor upgrades. If I put a tilde, major upgrades. Got it? And package log.json contains the exact version of all the transitive and all the dependencies that my project will ever need. Got it? Node modules contains all the code of it. Git ignore contains all the files which I don't want to push inside GitHub. Got it? These all things I showed it to you. Even if you delete node modules, we can regenerate it using what? Just npm install. If you do npm install, right, it will install everything once again inside node modules. Got it? This is what we have learned. This is a lot of knowledge, right? So now please take a pause over here. Do all of this in your system, right? Explore all these things. Explore, go ahead, see what is there inside this package log, what is there inside package.json, see what is there inside node modules, go inside the dependency and see what is there inside @parcel, right? See all of this. Okay, and then come back over here. I'm taking a pause this video, come back after that and rewatch it, because we are going to see what actually Parcel is doing. We are going to actually ignite our app now, okay? So please come back very soon. Okay? Thank you. Let's take a break. Welcome back, my dear friends. Welcome back. Now we are actually going to ignite our app. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for that? Let's just begin. How do you ignite our app? We will use Parcel to ignite our app. Okay. How do you do that? Right? We will write a command known as npx Parcel, and then we will give it. And so basically we are basically now building our app using Parcel. Okay, so what we write command is npx Parcel, the name of Parcel, and then what we will give it, we will give it as index.html, the source file of our project. Okay, let me just hit enter and we will ignite our app now. As I hit enter, we are igniting our app now. Oh my God, what has happened? You would say nothing has happened. No, a lot of cool thing has happened. Let me show it to you. Okay, let me just show it to you. So it says that now, let's see this carefully. It says server running at localhost 1234. Parcel has basically created a server for us and our app is now available at localhost 1234. It took 874 milliseconds to build it. Now, my dear friends, by just writing this one command npx Parcel index.html, we have Parcel have in just ignited our app. If I go to localhost 1234, see, our app is now hosted onto a server. Earlier the URL was this ugly, right? This file we had to open. This is not a good way to host our apps. This is not a good way. Actually, when we will host our app onto server, it will be there on a server, right? It will be there on a port. So our code is now hosted onto localhost 1234 port. Parcel is doing this for us. Parcel has basically created a server for us and it has given 1234 port and it is hosting our app onto our server. Oh my God. Do you see our app is running? It's the same thing. Right? Now, what Parcel did? What else Parcel did? Let me tell you, it is not that easy. Parcel did an amazing thing over here. See, what else? As soon as I did npx, so first of all, let me explain you the meaning of this command. So what is this command? npx Parcel index.html. Just like we have, and take this down as in your notes, okay? Just like we have npm, similarly, we have something known as npx. npm, when we do npm, right? It means it means we are just calling the command of npm, right? npx means installing So npx means executing a package. Got it? npm commands are different. If you have to install a package, you need to write npm install and then you install a package. But suppose if you want to execute a package, right? Execute a package, you just write npx Parcel and something, right? npx, any package name, it will execute that package, right? So we have done npx Parcel index.html. That means we are executing Parcel now. We have executed the bundler, the Parcel. And let me tell you, my dear friends, Parcel is such a beast. Don't you believe it? I'll prove it to you. So now basically when we do npx Parcel index.html, basically index.html is the source. So what happens is Parcel basically goes to the source index.html and build a development build for our app. And it hosts that development build to localhost 1234. Okay, and that's how we are able to access our app over localhost 1234. Now, let me just show you one more thing. Okay, when we have npm with us, now what we'll do, let me just close this up. And what we will do now, what I will do is in our index.html, remember how do we injected React into our app? Okay, let me just move this down. How did we injected React into our app? How did we bring that React library into our app? We used CDN links, right? And that time I told you that this is one way to do it. Another way to get React into our app is via NPM. Okay, got it? Another way to get React into our app is via NPM. So basically, see, what is React at the end of the day? It's a JavaScript package, right? It's some piece of JavaScript code and it is hosted over NPM also. So in NPM, we will get that React from NPM now. We don't want to do this. This is not a good way. Okay, write it down in your notebook. This CDN links is not a preferred way to bring React and React DOM into your project. Why? Tell me why. Let's explain. First of all, see, fetching from CDN is a costly operation. See, if I will fetch from CDN, it will make a network call to unpkg.com and it will get React from unpkg.com. Suppose if I already have React in my node modules, right? If I already have that in my node modules, how easy would it be to use React inside our code, isn't it? So first thing is that we don't want to make another network call to get React. We will have it already in our node modules, right? That is why we will install it. The second thing is today this is React at the rate 18. Tomorrow React 19 came in. Tomorrow some other version of React came in. What will happen is we will have to keep changing this URL, isn't it? So it's better to just have it inside our package.json. It is easier to manage all our dependencies and it is very easy to manage React also as one of the dependencies inside our npm package.json. Does that make sense or not? So what we will do is now we will install React as a package. Okay, to our code. How do we install? How did we install parcel? We'll install it in the same way. Now I will do npm install and I will install React. Now listen to me very carefully. I am not writing a -d over here. I did -d for parcel. Now I'm not doing a -d over here because I need React as a normal dependency, not as a dev dependency. Does that make sense to you? Let's install React. So if I install React, now you would see, we have got this dependencies React over here. React version 18.2.0 and a caret. Suppose tomorrow 18.2.3 comes in, it will be there in our code. Got it? And now when we have this package.log.json, we'll also have React now. Okay? So if I search for it, you would see React. See, React version 18.2.0 is here. Isn't it? And we will have React inside our node modules also now. React will be there inside our node modules also now. You go ahead and see it. I know it. Yes, React is here. So we have now installed React as a dev dependency. Similarly, let us also install React DOM. Isn't it? We needed two files, right? React and React DOM. So let us install React DOM also. How will I install? I'll again write npm install React DOM. Now, let me tell you one more thing now when I'm talking. So sometimes you will see a lot of people will do this, okay? npm I React DOM. So you would be confused. Oh my God. And some people do npm I. Akshay is writing npm install. See, npm I is a short form of npm install. Okay. So I am telling you all these small things. Okay. So npm I is a small version of npm install. If you write npm install or you write npm I, it's one and the same thing. Okay. So let me write it npm I, and if I write npm I -ipni space React DOM, it will install React DOM package for us. Right? Now if we'll go to package log, you would see React and React DOM as the normal dependencies over here. Got it? So we have React and React DOM 18.2.0 in our projects. How easy it is to get a library or a dependency into our project using npm, isn't it? Right? Now let's use this, right? Let's use this. Now we no longer will need the CDN, right? Now we no longer need the CDN. Got it? Now we no longer need the CDN. So We have got React and React DOM in our project. We have removed CDN links. Will this work now? Will this work now? Tell me. If I go to my browser, if I refresh my page, will this work now? It did not work. Oh, first of all, we need to just start our server, right? We did not do npx parcel, right? Parcel index.html. Okay. Now we have started our server. It's bundling. It created a server. Let's go back, refresh our page. It says Akshay is here. It gives you an error that React is not defined. It gives you an error that React is not defined. Why? See, we have just installed a package, but our code yet does not understand where this React is coming from. Earlier, this React keyword was coming from our CDN links, right? Now, this React we have installed inside node modules. How do I use that React into my code now? I will use it using a keyword known as import. Now you understood. A lot of people, a lot of React developers since so many years are writing import always, but they don't know what does it mean, right? This import means I am importing my React from React. What is this React? What is this React? What is this React? This React basically refers to the React inside our node modules. Does it make sense to you? This React basically means that this React is coming from this React over here. This React here. Got it? So this is the meaning when we write import over here. This is the meaning of React import, right? Similarly, I need React, right? I will also need React DOM. So all these will come from my node modules now. Got it? So both of them will come from my node modules. We have React DOM from React DOM. Okay. So now if I go back, will this work? Will this work? Let me know. Will this work? Let us go back. It says that browser scripts cannot have imports or exports. I knew that we will get this error. What does it mean? You know, I don't want to fix everything and show it to you. I want to teach you by making mistakes. I will intentionally make mistakes and then I will tell you how to resolve it. Got it? That way you will learn exactly, this is the life of developers, right? The life of developers is to face a lot of bugs, issues, here and there, errors and whatnot, right? So I want to show you the path exactly how you would follow. Okay. When we install a create React app, it just automatically blows up a new React app for us and it is already a production ready app. But I want to show you the pain of setting up an app. Then you will realize the beauty that so much engineering goes behind, right? Making an app production ready. Got it? It's not just, you will learn a lot of things also, that what's happening behind the scenes. Okay. Let's read this. Okay. So it's an error, but do you see one cool thing? Earlier, we used to get a bad type of error. Now, this parcel is throwing a good type of error, right? It looks beautiful, isn't it? Earlier, we don't used to get this proper error, right? We used to see a red thing in console and we have to figure out what is happening. Now it is exactly saying the error is over here in this line. So it says that browser scripts cannot have import or export. What does it mean? Browser scripts cannot have import or exports. Let me explain you. Basically, in our HTML, we are injecting this app.js. So it treats this script as a browser script. It treats that this is a normal JavaScript file. But is it a normal JavaScript file? No. So basically, it says that it cannot understand what is this import, right? Browser scripts cannot have import. It is considering this script as a normal JavaScript, right? And normal JavaScript does not have import in it. This import is not a normal JavaScript, right? Normal browser scripts cannot have this import. Now we need this import. So that is why we need to tell the browser that this file is not a normal browser file, it's a module. How do you tell it? You will have to write type module over here. Got it? If you will write type module, it will be not a normal browser script. It will be considered as a module. Okay, now I will save it up. As soon as I save it, let's go back to our browser and see. Right, the error has gone and we have seen our whole HTML back again. Now our React, my dear friends, is not coming from those CDN links. Our React is now coming from our node modules, the package which we have installed as a dependency in our package.json using npm. Right? That React, import React is coming from here, this node modules. Right? So this is what we did. Now if we'll see this warning, right? This warning says ignore this warning. We will fix this later, right? You are importing create root from React DOM. So earlier, I'll tell you why this warning is coming. So it says that use React DOM/client. So earlier, this React DOM used to come from React DOM, okay, like this. But now it has started throwing error and it has, warning, right? Developers ignore warning, but let's not ignore warning right now, okay? Let's see the warnings, okay? Generally developers ignore warning, but let's see the warning right now. It says that, okay, you need to import from React DOM/client. It says that import from React DOM/client. Earlier it used to be imported from React DOM. Now React says that this is a new React DOM, right? Which they have gotten and it is inside React DOM/client. So let's import React DOM from client and the warning will go away now. See, the warning has gone away. Now let me show you a magic. Are you ready to see the magic? I'll show you a magic. See. Let me just bring the browser on the side of the editor, okay? Let me just collapse this a little, right? Let's go back to our app.js and I'll show you one cool thing, right? Over here, we have written I am an H1 tag, okay? Let's write this is Namaste React, right? Namaste React. And I'll show you a magic, okay? This is Namaste React. Let's give it a emoji also, okay? Let's give it a rocket emoji. I just love this rocket emoji. Okay, so let's give it, this is Namaste React. And my dear friends, see, I will save this file. I am saving this file. My hands are up. I am saving this file. 1, 2, 3. I save this file and see. Our browser automatically refreshed. Our browser automatically changed. Isn't this cool? Suppose if I am developing something, I am writing something, right? Let me just remove this child maybe, right? Let me just change this. This is H2 tag, right? So let us write some random stuff over here. And as soon as I save this file, see, it automatically reloads. This powerful thing is done by Parcel. I told you, right? Parcel is a beast. Parcel does a lot of things for you already. Okay, let me just let's go to readme, right? Let me just create a log or something, right? Let me just say parcel, okay? Parcel, okay? And this parcel, right? What this parcel is doing it for you? First of all, Parcel created a dev build for you. It creates a local server for you, isn't it? It hosts your app to the server, isn't it? What it is done, it is creating a dev build for you. It is created a local server for you. Now, what else Parcel is doing for you? Parcel is automatically refreshing your page also. What does that mean? Parcel is refreshing. That means it is doing something known as HMR. What is HMR, Akshay? Can you tell us what is HMR? Yes, it is hot module replacement. Hot module replacement, right? When you save this file, right? If you change anything in this file, suppose by Akshay Seni, right? I written Akshay Seni, and as soon as I save this file, it automatically refreshes our page. This is happening because Parcel is doing something known as HMR. You should know, Parcel makes our development experience so smooth. Earlier, we used to write that HTML file we were hosting, right? It gives us a server. It builds a development build. It hosts that development build into that server. It is giving you HMR, hot module replacement. Amazing, isn't it? And how is it happening? If you make change in any file, suppose if I make change in this namaste index.html, right? Instead of this namaste react as the title, suppose if I write Akshay over here, so see, the title will change on the top of this browser. If I will save over here, see Akshay, it came in Akshay over here, right? Why? Because it is doing HMR in all the files. It is basically reading all these files. It is keeping a tab, and it is, you know how Parcel is doing that? I'll tell you how Parcel is doing that. Parcel uses a file watching algorithm. Parcel uses a file watching algorithm, my dear friends, and this file watching algorithm is written in C++. Do you see that? Do you see that? Right? We are writing JavaScript, but that file watching algorithm is written in C++. It keeps an eye on all these files. As soon as we are developing something, we change anything into our code, Parcel is keeping a track of every save that you do in your project. As soon as you do, it will build it once again. See, I'll show it to you. As soon as I save my app.js file, see what you will see over here. It will build once again. Okay. See, if I'll save, see, do you see built in 6 milliseconds? If I save it again, do you see built in 4 milliseconds? Right? As soon as I save, it is building it once again. And why it is reducing the time? Earlier it was 8 milliseconds. Suppose if I stop the server and let me build it once again, okay? If I build this once again, it was built in 3 milliseconds. It is even reduced, right? Why it is reducing the time? Why it is reducing the time? It is reducing the time always, right? Is it reducing the time always? Will it go below 3 milliseconds? Let's save this once again. It takes 44 milliseconds now. It takes 9 milliseconds. If I save it, it takes 8943 milliseconds. Why? How it is taking so less time? Because Parcel is caching things for you. Parcel is also caching things for you. It gives you faster builds, right? Faster builds, how? Because of caching. Parcel is giving you a faster development experience because it is also doing caching. Where it is caching things up? Do you know where it is caching things up? I'll tell you. Parcel, you know, when we installed Parcel, when we built our project, Parcel quickly sneaked into our project and it also took some space. Here is our Parcel cache. So this Parcel cache will have files. Those are binary files, right? See, it's a binary, or I don't know what file it is. It's kind of like binary files. And this Parcel cache is basically caching everything that you do. It is supporting HMR. It is watching all those files. It is caching it so that the next builds are developed faster. Okay, so I'll show you one thing. Okay, let me delete this Parcel cache, right? Let me delete this. Now I have deleted this, right? Let me stop my server and I will restart it. Okay, I will restart it. You will understand the beauty of Parcel. Okay, let me just explore this. See, it took 495 milliseconds to build. 495 milliseconds is a very fast time anyways, right? It just built everything together in 495 milliseconds. Development build it created. But if I will create subsequent builds, right? Suppose if I'm changing anything inside my files, let me go to index.js, right? app.js. If I'm saving this file, see, it will create another build in 19 milliseconds. 495 was reduced to 19 milliseconds. If I save it once again, 9 milliseconds. If I save it once again, 6 milliseconds. If I save it once again, no, it's not reducing now, right? So 6 milliseconds it brought it. Why? It is caching things up. Parcel is such a beast, right? It's also caching things up for you, right? How cool this is, right? So Parcel is doing a lot of things behind the scenes for you. It has this file watching algorithm. It has a lot of things, right? Which we see. What else Parcel does? I'll tell you what else Parcel will do, right? Parcel will also do your image optimization. You know what is the most expensive thing in your web browser is to load images in your page. And Parcel basically, if you will keep images, Parcel basically do image optimization for you as well. Parcel basically do image optimization for you as well. What else Parcel will do? Parcel, when you will make a production build. See, this is the development build, right? Suppose if I create a production build, if I will create a production build, it will minify our file also. It will do minification of our file also. Parcel will bundle all the files also for us. It will do bundling. So basically Parcel is a bundler. Its basic core job is to bundle things up, right? So it will do bundling, it will minify also, it will optimize it. And what else Parcel will do? Parcel will also compress your file, right? Files need to be compressed so that the size is small, right? So that we can ship the smaller versions onto the code. It will remove all the white spaces from your code. It will minify it, it will pack all your JavaScript files and ship it onto production. Parcel is such a beast. Parcel does a lot of amazing things behind the scenes. Let us give a big round of applause to Parcel for this. Parcel is amazing. A lot of people think that, okay, React apps are fast because React is fast. But they don't know that when we build large-scale production-ready web app, we need a lot more things instead of just React. React makes things fast. We will see that later in this episode, right? But let us first appreciate that React is not the only thing that is making your app fast. Not lot of people, when I ask them in interviews that why your app is fast, they will say React is making it fast. Yes, React is making it fast, but there are so many more things that the bundlers are doing. You know, when I built this Namaste React, I just did not wanted to teach you how to write code in React. I also wanted to teach you that when we build a large scale application, we should have that knowledge that what is making it super fast, what is making it optimized. Parcel is doing so many things, right? When we do npx create React app, a lot of tutorials, outside, you go watch any React tutorial, they will start from creating a create React app, and it will give you a scaffold which will have a bundler inside it, which will have all these things already built in. I wanted to show you how to build things up for you. It will automatically have HMR. It will automatically have your local server. It will automatically have a file watching algorithm. It will automatically have minification bundling. I wanted to show you that these all things are not automatically present. These things are basically automatically not present, but it is Webpack or Parcel or Wheat or any bundler that you use is doing it for us. Right now, Parcel is doing all these things for us. Parcel is amazing. Parcel is giving muscles to our skeleton, to our bones. Parcel is giving energy to our app. It's not just React. Got it? And Parcel in itself is also not doing everything on its own, right? For minification, Parcel would be using some of the libraries. These are the helping libraries. Parcel is like a manager of all these libraries. Right? And Parcel is also not doing everything on its own. Parcel is using all those other libraries. So think of it like, suppose in our Indian government, right? We have PM Modi, right? I'm just taking a politics example, but I don't know why, but assume that PM Modi is React. So Amit Shah is Parcel. Okay. So, and you need Amit Shah along with Narendra Modi, right? They can't exist separately, right? They exist separately, but they are needed together to build that government, right? And there are small ministers, right? Finance minister, health minister, education minister, MSME minister, and all that ministers, these are these packages. Nice example, right? I gave this example to my, when I taught React last time, and the people just chuckled a lot. But yes, it is like that. Parcel cannot do everything on its own, but Parcel is such a beast that it is managing everything for you, and it is giving you so many things for us. Okay, so Parcel is such a beast. Okay, let me just go back to the whole thing. I don't like side by side, it does not gives you a clear view also, right? Let me go back to our code. Where is my code? Oh my god, let's bring this code over here, right? Okay, here is my VS code. So Parcel is doing all these amazing things for you. Parcel is not just doing this, but let me tell you more things that Parcel is doing. Parcel uses something known as consistent hashing. Consistent hashing. Right? So when you do consistent hashing, it keeps a track of all. Okay. I don't want to dive deep into everything. Consistent hashing in itself is a huge topic. Read about it yourself. Okay. Be curious about every small thing. Read about consistent hashing. I'm not going to dive deep into consistent hashing now. But let me tell you, it is doing a lot of things. It also does code splitting for you. It will do code splitting for you. Right? It will do code splitting for you. It will split your files, right? It can also do differential bundling. What is differential bundling? What is differential bundling? Parcel is doing that for you. Differential bundling means, see, when your app will be hosted, your app, suppose your app, right? I'll tell you one good thing, right? Your app can be opened, your web app can be opened inside Internet Explorer. Your app can be opened inside older versions of Internet Explorer. Your app can be opened inside Google Chrome, can be installed inside Firefox, can be installed inside mobile browsers, something. So Parcel takes care of all that, and it will give differential bundling to your app, so that your app runs smoothly on older browsers as well, right? To support older browsers, right? It gives you the support of older browsers also. I'll tell you how do you configure to support it on older browsers. I'll tell you in right away, right? After some time, right? But Parcel gives you that ability that you will have a different bundle for different type of apps, different type of older browsers. It will add some extra things that will help you do all of it. Got it? So Parcel does a lot of things. Parcel gives you, do you see the error we got, right? That error was beautiful looking error. Otherwise it just, most of the times in your web apps, you get error, but the user does not see any error, right? You do not see error on the page, just our console gets red. Parcel gives you a beautiful error display view. Parcel is doing some diagnostics behind the scenes, right, of your app. It is also giving you good error, right? Good error handling, right? It gives you better error suggestions, right? Parcel is doing a lot of amazing things for you, my friends. Lot of amazing things for you. This is how beautiful Parcel is. Right now, our app is hosted on HTTP, right? This is HTTP. Parcel also gives you a way to host your app on HTTPS. Suppose in your development environment, suppose I'm developing, right? Right now, I don't need HTTPS. But suppose if I want to test something which only works on SSL, HTTPS, Parcel gives you that features also. Did you fall in love with Parcel or not? Do you agree to me or not that Parcel is such a beast? Parcel is such a beast. Now you can ask me, Akshay, how do you know that Parcel is doing all that stuff for us? I am telling you, my dear friends, Parcel is doing all of this for us. Why? Because I have read Parcel's documentation. Let's go to parcel.com, right? Parcel.org. So this is Parcel's documentation. It is, my dear friends, Parcel's documentation is one of the best documentations that I have read. It explains beautifully what all Parcel is doing it for you, right? If you will see, it's a zero config tool, right? It gives you a dev server, right? We got a dev server. It gives you hot reloading, HMR, hot module replacement. It is zero config tool, right? We just ran npx parcel index.html and it just executed Parcel. Zero config, right? Very easy. It is giving you diagnostic. See, when you will do diagnostic, right? See, it gives you beautiful errors. beautiful diagnostics of your app in your terminal. Right? If suppose there is an app, it will give you beautiful errors in your terminal so that it helps you increase your development experience. Right? So I have read why I know all that stuff. I have read all this documentation. That is why I know. Parcel does reliable caching. Read about it. Be curious about every small thing. I can't cover like 100% of Parcel here, right? But I would suggest you to go ahead, read about Parcel, what it is doing. Parcel is such a beast. You would be amazed about how beautiful software Parcel is. What beautiful things Parcel give it to us. Such an awesome engineering. Masterpiece of engineering these bundlers are. We have, there's something known as lazy dev builds. Okay, there's something known as tree shaking also. Yes, see, there is something known as tree shaking also. Parcel does tree shaking. How can I forget this? This is amazing. This is amazing, my dear friends. Tree shaking algorithm, right? What happens is, see, in our whole code, suppose we have hundreds of functions in our code. But suppose if we are just using 4 or 5 functions in our code. So what it will do? Parcel will tree shake your files. Parcel will remove unused code for you. Oh my God. Parcel is so intelligent, it will remove unused code for you as well. Suppose if there is some extra random code which is there, you are not even using it, Parcel will remove it. It will compress it, it will minify it, it will do all of the things for you. Read this documentation, you will see it does minification, it does image optimization, it does code splitting, it does consistent hashing. See, I was talking about this, right? So it will just make your experience super smooth. It will make it very fast. I just love it, right? It will do transpilation for you. So Parcel will do differential bundling for you, right? This differential bundling means if you have a script type module, it will generate a no module fallback for older browsers also. So this is differential bundling, right? When you have a script type module, it will generate a no module fallback for older browsers also. So Parcel is doing amazing thing. Parcel have a web worker, service workers. Read about it. Read. Such amazing documentation. Right? If you do get started, go ahead, read these things out. That if you go to development, right? Read all these things. Parcel has a lazy mode. If you will do -- lazy, it will load in a lazy mode. It is doing caching. It is providing HTTPS. Right? If I do Parcel --HTTPS, right? Over here, if I'm building it, right? I included npx parcel index.html --HTTPS. It will load in HTTPS mode. Read about all these things, right? When you will read about all these things, right? You would love it, right? Go to production. See what it is doing. It is doing tree shaking. It is doing HMR. Is there HMR over here? Where is HMR? HMR. Hot module reload? No, it's not here. Where is HMR? It must be here, right? Just go ahead and just see what amazing things it is doing, right? It will talk about file watching algorithms. It will talk about everything. All that I have read from documentation. Okay, please read these documentation. You would love it, right? Please read it. I would suggest you to highly read it. And next time, my dear friends, if you go in a system design interview, why I'm talking about all this? This will help you in your system design interview. When you are a senior developer, you should know what makes your React app faster, what makes your React app performant, what makes your React app fast, what makes your developer experience better. You should know answers to all of this. React app is not just having React. React uses a lot of other libraries, lot of other packages, lot of other dependencies our project will need to make it a production ready large scale application. Here I am going to teach you how to build a production ready application using Zero. This is just episode 2, my dear friends. I have not even started writing code inside React properly. But I want to spend time in teaching you all these things because I feel this is really very important. Next time you will go in a system design interview, you will be able to tell the interviewer that, oh my God, this is happening because we will minify our app, we will bundle, we will do code splitting, we will do tree shaking, we will do all of this. Parcel will do it for us. You should have that understanding of bundlers. You should have that understanding of all these small nitty-gritty things. How Parcel is fast because it has a partial.cache. It has a different build for dev, right? Different build for dev and production, right? It creates a different bundle, different dev and production bundles. Okay, because production build takes a little more time than building it for dev. Okay, some optimization are more on production build, there are less optimization on dev build, right? So how do you create a prod build, right? We will create a prod build also. Okay, I will show you how do we create a prod build. Are you ready? Right? Let me show it to you. How do you create a prod build? Okay, so if you have to create a prod build, you write npx, right? But before creating a prod build, let me tell you one thing, right? You have to do npx, and you have to do parcel. Oh my God, where am I writing? npx, parcel, and you have to give it build, and then you have to give index.html. The only thing here is you have to add this build over here. Parcel build index.html. Now, if you will run this command, you will get into an error. I know this, right? I know this, right? Why it is saying? Because see, there is a conflict, right? We have this index.html in our package.json. We have this main, right? You don't need this when you are using parcel. This main basically, see, it is a way to tell npm that this is the entry point of our app. When you are using parcel, we give the entry point like this, index.html. So parcel conflicts with this. So you will get an error. So remove this. Okay. You will get into this error. Note it down properly. You have to remove this main. Okay. Because npm, right? That package.json, it is automatically generated it for you, main app.js. So remove it. Okay. You have to remove that line. I'm telling you, note it down. Otherwise you will again, right? You will be getting troubled, right? When you will code. So remove this and save it up and go back and do a parcel build index.html. Let me tell you one thing, right? So what it will do is when it builds a production ready app, where does that build goes up? When you do npx parcel build index.html, it will bundle, it will minify, it will do all the crazy stuff, and it will put all those files inside this new folder which we see, which is dist folder. Okay, right now these files are used in our development, right? We were doing development, right? So this dist was containing development build files, right? Now we are generating production build, right? So this dist is basically, these files, this hosted thing which you saw was, right? This was coming from this dist folder. Okay, now I think you might be getting confused. Let me tell you what is this dist, right? So what parcel does is when you execute parcel, right? When you write npx parcel index.html, it generates a development build of your project and it hosts it onto 1, 2, 3, 4. So when it generates a development build, it puts it up into this dist folder, right? So this code was coming from this dist. This was not coming from over here. This was coming from this dist. And when you refresh the page, when you save files, it was using parcel cache and dist to update it using that HMR, hot module replacement. Everything is working in sync. Now, when you will build a production build, it will build it inside dist. Got it? So what I'll do is, let me delete it. This can be generated automatically again, right? This will be automatically generated. I have deleted it. Now, if I build it for production, it takes more time. See, remember when we were building development build, it was 495 milliseconds. Now, when you build a production build using this command npx parcel build index.html, what happens is it is taking time to build. It takes 1.46 millisecond and it has built, see, 3 files for you. It built 3 files, right? It has Don't worry about other files. These are just css.map and these are just mapper files. But there are three main files which you have to care about. One is this index.html. See, do you see? It has compressed all our index.html code in one line. Do you see all that HTML code? It will give you one HTML file, one CSS file, one JS file. Don't worry about these map files. These are just different files, right? These are just mappings which are required by parcel, but there are main three files. Suppose if you have a lot of files, right? Suppose if your app will have like 10-20 files, it will compress everything and minify everything to these three files. And now these three files will contain all the code that you write. These three files are the production ready code of your app. Production ready code, my dear friends. Right? If you'll see the JS file, see what it has done. Parcel has just compressed everything, minified everything for you, isn't it? Right? Do you see this? What is this? Our code is lost inside it. Parcel basically did tree shaking also. Parcel basically cached also. Parcel did minification, compression, everything and built these three files. Parcel has also compressed your CSS. Though there was nothing to like compress inside CSS, right? It was just two lines. It was just one line, but it has compressed it. It is complete JS. Shall we try to find our code inside it? Right? What did we write? Some Namaste React or something? See, here is our code. See what it did to our code. Amazing, right? We wrote it something else, right? We did that create element. It modifies our code in such a way. Remember we did root.render? See, it did root.render for us. It changed the name of the variables, right? Remember we did render and then we gave the name heading, right? This app.js, this we gave the name parent, right? We gave the name parent. It has compressed everything. Parcel is such amazing, right? It has changed the name for this. This is how amazing Parcel is. It has created a production build for you. Now this production build is a highly optimized build which you can push onto production and serve this app to the users. It will be fast, it will be performant, it will be optimized. Got it? I wanted to give you all this knowledge. Now, again, I'll have one question for you. This parcel.cache and this dist, right? This can be regenerated. Suppose if I delete my parcel cache, right? Let me delete it parcel cache, okay? These are temporary folders, right? Node modules is also a temporary folder. It is not our core code, okay? So if I will build my production build, right? Let me not build a production build, let me just remove this build, right? Let me just build a dev build. How do you build a dev build? npx parcel index.html, enter, right? If I build a dev, see, parcel cache and dist was automatically generated. So these things, any code that you can automatically generate, you don't have to put in GitHub, right? So if the question is whether you should put this parcel cache and dist inside gitignore, the answer is yes. You will have to put, because you don't want to check out, right? I don't want to push this dist. I don't want to put this code inside my GitHub repository. Why? Because I already have sufficient information to regenerate it. I will just write npx parcel index.html on my server and these files will be generated once again. See, we just take our code and host it up on GitHub. Now, I know that a lot of people will be confused. Right? Let me help you, right? Let me help you out. I'll explain you what, right? I have bought my pen and paper, okay? Do you have a pen and paper? I'll teach you, right? I have my pen and paper with me, right? Let me just show it to you. What will happen is, suppose this is your local, okay? Suppose this is your local. Got it? Suppose we have this local. So in your local, you have a code, right? Suppose if you have a code. Now, this code, what you do? We put this code into our GitHub repository, okay? GitHub repository. Suppose this is our Git. And then this code is deployed onto a server. right? This code is deployed onto a server. So does our local directly connect to server? No, right? This is not the case. Local directly does not connect to server. So we push this code to Git, and then server fetches this code. Server fetches this code. Server fetches this code, right? And this server basically will host that app now to end user. Suppose this is the end user. So what happens is all the commands that we write in our local, right? In our local, all the commands npx create build, npx create, npx parcel build index.html, those commands will be run inside server also. Server, that is why. So our code will have its own package.json, right? Package.json. It will have its own node modules. So we will push package.json onto Git. We will not put node modules. Why? Because we have package.json over here on our Git, and this server will fetch this package.json, and it will do npm install. We will do a npm install on server, and we can install our node modules again. So this copy of node modules will be exactly same as this copy of node modules, but they are not the same. The copy of node modules in our local is different. The copy of node modules on the server is different, right? The server will have package and package lock, right? It will have package plus lock, right? Lock files, and it will do a npm install, sorry for a bad handwriting, right? So it will do a npm install on the server, okay? And you will get all of this with you. Got it? So you will generate node modules. Server will have its own different dist folder. So we do not have to put Git, you do not have to put Git parcel cache or Git parcel cache or dist folder in Git, right? You do not have to push that, right? So that is why you will not put dist also. You will not put .parcel cache also. Lot of developers don't understand this, okay? You don't have to put in all these files. If you will create a create React app, right? That is why it will automatically takes care of everything for you. That is why I don't teach using create React app. You know, most of the React tutorials, they start with it, right? I don't want to, because I want to show you basic small stuff. I want to show you that how much engineering goes behind the scenes when you build a production ready application. Want to show you everything. That is why, so listen to me very carefully. These things are not pushed inside Git. Okay, so now do you see this as like a little grayish color? That means they are not in Git. All these green files will go inside Git, right? And this index.css, this is the file which already is there on Git, right? So these are different color coding we have, right? So we have these files, right? So we installed a lot of things for us. So, right, this is important things. And now, my dear friends, at the end, do you see that we created a production build application for it? We have ignited our app. We have give muscles to our app. Now, I want to tell you one more thing now when we are talking about it. Now, let's make our app compatible for the older versions of browser. Let's make it, okay? Let's make it compatible for older. So for that, we will use something known as browsers list, right? We will known as something known as browsers list. If you will go to node modules, right, their browsers list is already there. Now, but we have to tell browsers list that what all browsers do I have to support my app in. So for that, we will give it some configurations. I'll tell you. So what is browsers list? So if you will search browsers list, right? So this browsers list is a npm package, right? This is an npm package. It needs some configuration. Don't worry if you're not able to understand. Let's go to this website. This is a very nice website for browser list. Browserlist.dev. So now you have to tell your project that what all browsers should your app be supported in. You have to tell it. How do you configure it? you will configure it inside your package.json. In your package.json, you will add something known as browsers list, right? Let me tell you, browsers list. Okay, if you will give browsers list, this browser list will take an array of browsers. Suppose if I have to just support Chrome, okay, so I can write something like last two Chrome versions. Okay, if I will write like this, our app will be compatible for last two Chrome versions. Whatever the latest two Chrome versions will be there, our app will be compatible for that. Amazing, isn't it? I can tell my app that it should be working in the last two versions of Chrome. I can write last 10 versions of Chrome. Like, I can write last 10 versions of Chrome. Now, I can also write something like last two versions, last two Firefox versions, right? I can write last two Firefox versions. Now it will work on last two Chrome and last two Firefox version. Now you can ask me, Akshay, does that mean that it will only work on Chrome and Firefox now? Will it not work in Edge? No. This means that when you will give this configuration right, this means that it will definitely 100% of the times will work in Chrome 2 versions. It might or might not work in rest of the browsers, right? But it will definitely work in whatever configuration you give. Now you can ask me, Akshay, how did you get to know what to write over here? This is where you will go to this website, right? You can play with it. If you just write last two Chrome versions, you know, it's beautiful. I just love this website. You can play along with it, right? You can play along with this website and you can see, if I will write last two Chrome versions, it will support, Chrome version 109, Chrome version 108. And it is only covering 17% of the overall browsers on the internet. Just 17%. That means only 17% of the users have the latest two versions of Chrome. 17% of the users. Oh my God, that's so less, right? People don't update their Chrome versions. Right? People don't update their Chrome. So suppose if I gave in Chrome last 10 versions, so it will support all these 22% of the total browsers. So what I want is my app should work in a lot of. So what is the advantage? Now you can say, let's make it work for everything, right? For all browsers. So what happens? Sometimes we don't need to, when it will create different bundles, right? It will add extra code to support older browsers, some small old Internet Explorer browsers. Why do you need to do that? If suppose your website goes till is working for 90% of the whole browsers that exist, it's fine, right? Let's go to 90-95%. Let's ignore the very old browsers, right? It's up to you how you want to configure actually, right? But I am just telling you, it depends on, you can even configure for Chrome, for Firefox. Suppose if I just say last two versions, right? It suppose all the browsers last two versions. It covers 79% of the total overall browsers. Amazing, right? Last two versions, you can give it last 10 versions of all the browsers. It will cover 93%. It's good, right? So let's make our app to work on. So I don't need my app to work. So you can configure it yourself. I just keep it like this, right? It keeps my app light. Otherwise it will put in random extra code in your system, right? So I just don't want to put in, right? For now, if suppose, now when will we do this, right? Suppose if your app is a government website, then you might have to, then you can't compromise. You have seen, right? So government websites should work on the oldest of the browsers also. So government websites should have 99% of the overall browser coverage. But my app over here, Namaste React, all of you are developers out there. I know that you should be using latest versions of your browsers. So it's good for me, right? I can just make my app work on 79%. That's completely fine. So you can do this also. Let me tell you one more amazing things. If you will go over here, go to query compositions, right? So it will take you to the GitHub, right? So now you can even configure that your app should work on 99%, 99.5% people in US. You can, browsers list is such an amazing, powerful tool that you can give it country specific details also. Suppose if a lot of users of my app are just in USA. So let me just configure my app to work on 95% of the people in USA. How good it is, right? It will work for like almost everyone in USA. So you can also make it work for, you can give it BlackBerry 7 and I don't know, you can give it browser specific IE 11 and I don't know, dead, right? You can see all this configuration here, right? You can configure it accordingly, right? Go explore this package. But for me, I just want to make it work for last two versions of all the browsers that I have, right? This is a decent 80% people. I am happy with it, right? So this is how you can give it, right? You can make your app work for older browsers as well. Amazing stuff, isn't it? Right? How does it happen? Parcel takes care of this along with browsers list. My dear friends, now let me tell you an amazing thing. Now, basically, with all this parcel, all this Babel, all this browsers list, we have created our own Create React app. This is what it is inside a Create React app, isn't it? We have seen that how we can build a production ready app for us. How cool this is. We have learned a lot of things in this episode. We have ignited our app. We have given our app superpowers. We have made our app production ready. We have made our app intelligent. We have given muscles to our app. We have given strength to our app. What I wanted to teach you is that I just don't want to teach you React. I want to also teach you that in your interview, please, whenever an interviewer asks, right, why your app is fast, how it is optimized, you should be able to answer all of it. In this episodes, I have dived deep into exploring what is bundlers, what is NPM, what is git ignore and all that other stuff. What is parcel? What is partial cache? What is dist? What is node modules? Why there is package lock and package? How it works, everything. How HMR is working. So many things. And we saw that parcel is a beast, isn't it? Parcel is such a beast. It's amazing. It gives superpowers to our app. Right? So I wanted to teach you all of it. Hope you would have enjoyed it. This is what I wanted to teach you. Please keep taking down notes and please keep doing your assignments, right? I will push in the assignments also along with these chapters, right? Please keep doing your assignments also, right? And it will make you a better developer. And be curious, my dear friends. Be curious about every small damn thing. You should know exactly, a lot of developers don't know what React's job is and what bundler is doing. They feel that, okay, React code is automatically minified. React will minify our code. I have asked developers in interviews, they say that React is minifying our code. React is optimizing our images. React is minifying our code. React is compressing it. No, React is not doing it, my friends. I'll tell you, and all the Namaste React developers, I say it as Namaste React graduates, okay? People who are graduating from Namaste React, you have to not tell all this, okay? You have to be confident when you go into the interview and tell your interview, I know what Parcel is doing. I know what React is doing. I know what JSX is doing. A lot of developers, like, they feel that all this is happening in React. Why? Because they just start with Create React app. They don't know what is happening behind the how that code is built, what is production built, what is dev built. They don't know all of that. I wanted to teach you every small things in a granular way. Right? So this is what it is. Next time if you go in interview, make me proud. With your heads high, tell the interviewer that you know all of it. You know what is tree shaking. You know what is HMR. You know what is all that. Code splitting, bundling, chunking, everything you would know. I will teach you everything, my dear friends. So this is what, React's app are amazing. Why? It's not just React that is making it amazing. We will, I wanted to spend just this episode over just bundlers and tools that we will use along with React. We have not even started with React. All the other episodes will continue to talk about React. I wanted to keep these episodes just to tell you other superpowers. We are going to talk about React a lot in this course, right? A lot in this web series. But I wanted to take a moment to also appreciate how beast Parcel is, right? So I wanted to take a moment to appreciate that, right? That is why I kept this episode just for this. Hope I would have been able to add some knowledge to your mind, right? Hope you would have enjoyed this episode as well. I have talked about what are transitive dependencies. I have talked about a lot of internal things. Please take down notes. Please revise all these lectures. Please do your assignments. I will give you the assignment. Okay, you will find that assignment where you have seen this lectures, right? There only you will get an assignment. Please keep doing all that stuff. And this, my dear friends, was episode number 2, igniting our app. We saw a lot of things. We saw all these things. If we go to git log, we saw all of things, what are happening, package log, package.json, readme, we saw git ignore, we saw how parcel cache works, dist, node modules, package.json, so many things we saw in this episode. We also saw that why React apps are fast. When we say that React apps are super fast, it's not just React making it super fast. There are so many things which are making it super fast. This was episode 2, igniting our app. We have ignited our app. This is what I wanted to cover in this episode. In the next episode, laying the foundation, we will start with React. Till now, we have spent 2 episodes, right? We have spent 2 episodes and we have not even touched React till now. We have learned 0 of React. Now, in the next episode, episode 3, it will be laying the foundations. We will lay the foundations of React. We will start the core of React. Are you excited? Are you excited? I am super excited to teach you out. Right? So we will see React from next episode. This was episode 2, igniting the app. I am signing off. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye, my dear friends.